first thing I wanted to tell you guys out there is stop thinking that it has to be difficult to get women, because this is the thing. A lot of guys, they'll basically, like, let's say for example, 2 + 2 = 4, right? Like, let's say that's a representation of getting women. 2 + 2 = 4. You got 2, you add 2, you get 4, right? And it's that simple, but a lot of guys, they think it has to be like 2x - 3 divided by the square root of 79, divided by 4. You know what I'm saying? Today we're talking about like guys believing like all the gimmicky tricks and myths and pickup artist-y type things that they need to do in order to get women, when it's like they don't really need it to make it that complicated. So we're like talking about that type of vibe, because it's like, it's weird, because I've been getting, I got emails and cats hit me up and they're saying like this one dude, for example, he hit me up and he was like, oh, do you have any tips on like what exactly I should say to get this one girl, so like he basically like, so I hit him back and I said, yeah, just A, B, and C basically, but he was like, no, I need to know exactly what to say. So it's like, and I'm like, dude, like, what are you talking about? Like, like it's, and that's the thing. Like a lot of these guys, they think they think like, like having a conversation with a woman is going to be like how if they're playing a video game. Remember when you used to play Contra? And they do up, down, left, right, A, B. They asking me for the code. They asking me for the cheat code. And I'm like, dude, there's no cheat code, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you like a part of what it is. Like, you see, it's a lot of things in today's world, in today's society, in today's civilization.
Yeah.
What happens is that we move away from this thing called responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to like put the ownership of responsibility in the hands of something else. If you say to the average person right now, you say, tell me your girlfriend's phone number. Mm-hmm. They more than likely they won't know the shit. You know why? Because you don't dial numbers anymore. You just click on the person, you touch the person's name,
mm-hmm.
and the fucking number gets dialed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's because technology has made it so that it's easy to access the person just by touching their name, mm-hmm. or even their picture. Because I had an app on my phone where I had like a grid of pictures of the favorite people that I call all the time. All I do is touch their picture, their face, and the fucking phone dials the number for me. You know what I'm saying? Now, remember back in the day when you were responsible for knowing your own phone number, your own address, all those numbers and pieces of information, you are responsible for fucking memorizing them. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, because of technology, you don't have to know nobody's number. You don't have to know nobody's number. You don't have to know nobody's address. Why? Because you could just touch something and the information comes up for you. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So with that type of technology in so many forms of, in so many different aspects of our life, everybody wants to just touch something and fucking get what they want. You see what I'm saying? Like, what do you do when you want to heat up your food? What do you do when you want to heat up your food? You put it in a box and you touch some fucking numbers, and then your food is hot, and then you eat it, and then that's it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you want to do when you watch TV? My fucking TV, you don't have to press a button. You don't even have to press a button anymore. You touch the front panel of the TV screen and the fucking TV comes on. You understand what I'm saying?
That's like getting up and touching. Well, you had to like touch the actual TV screen.
Dude, no. There's a front panel where the button where the on and off switch is. But it's not a switch. It's not even a button anymore. It's simply a spot on the front where you touch. You understand? So everything is becoming so convenient. So everybody's looking for the easy fix. Nobody really understands anymore about responsibility. You understand what I'm saying? Like, look at this. You know what I was looking at today? I was looking at how dudes leave they fucking, like, a lot of dudes is wearing they pants. Now, of course, historically they got it from the jail systems, and they didn't give you no belt, so if you got a pants that was bigger than you, your pants had the ass, blah blah blah, right? But if you look at it in a way, it's sort of a like a homage to the lack of responsibility. Because remember when you were a man, you know, like a part of being a man was wearing a belt. You see what I'm saying? Now it's like niggas don't even want to wear a belt no more. They just literally just let their pants hang off their ass, and it's like, and it's a part of it. A part of it is, you know, of course they talk about style and this, that, and the third, but a part of it is straight up lack of responsibility. And because of that, you know, quote unquote, it looks cool and it looks like it's swag and everything like that. But on another way of looking at it, niggas is literally just letting go of responsibility, and that's why that falls in, like, it's like a part of the socialization where it falls into women fucking thinking that they could do everything a man could do because they don't respect us because we're letting go of responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Actually, being a man in this society is not an easy thing to do. But the man from the 1960s, he understood that responsibility was important, and he fucking held it down. Now, it's not like that. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about the simple responsibility of being a man with your shit together, period. I'm talking about having your shit together before you even say hi to a bitch. You understand? I'm talking about having all your shit in order. Meaning, like, for example, if you have a job, you know, you know how to hold down a job. You know how to fucking dress correctly for your job. You know how to, you know, situate your life so that you can get to your job on time. You see what I'm saying? Like, so at my fucking job, I work in the office, and I swear to you, like a good 80 to 90% of the people come into work late. Period.
Wow.
And if you ask them, it's not a big deal because, you know, whatever, but if you ask them, they'll blame it on everything else, and they won't exactly say, well, shit, I'm just a lazy motherfucker and I ain't want to get up out my bed, period. You understand? Nobody will say that. Everybody will say, oh, it's the train's fault. Oh, it was raining. Oh, the bus came late. Oh, this. Oh, that. But that's my point. Like, nobody's really grasping the responsibility of what it means to, like, be a productive citizen in this society, period. Why? Because we have so much shit to throw it off on. We have technology to blame. We have, you know, the public transportation we could blame. We could blame the weather. We can blame the fact that, you know, some nigga with red hair shot up the movie theater the other day. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we could blame it on so many other fucking things except for... That's why it's so important that we push the message, the truth is inside you, because the real truth is actually inside you. It really don't have nothing to do with nothing else. But nobody don't want to really own up to the shit. So that's why all these motherfuckers love these PUAs. They love them because it's like the PUA will sell you that dream. Like, oh, all you got to do is say X, Y, and Z, and she'll fall into your hands like putty. And you can just do whatever the fuck you want with it. Wouldn't you love if that shit was true? Everybody would love if that shit was true. But the real fucking deal is, if you really want bitches, my nigga, you gotta talk to 25 bitches at least daily. Daily. And that's the real game. Because you're only gonna learn game from the full experience of talking with these broads. That's the only way you're gonna learn, period. I don't give a fuck who you are or how confident you are. You still gotta talk to 15 to 20 bitches a day, at least. At least. You understand?
You know what? It's a good thing you say that. It's a good thing you say that because where I work at a pool place, you know what I'm saying, a billiards and bar spot in Manhattan or whatever have you, and like every Thursday is ladies' night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give y'all the information, you know, off the radio or whatever have you. Y'all come through or whatever. But like ladies' night, yo, trust me, man. Like, I don't even spit game. I talk to, like you say, in order to get your confidence up or whatever, you got to talk to like 25, 30 women a day, and like that's how I get my practice, man. Like every Thursday, like when I see a couple of good-looking women or whatever, you know what I'm saying, I go ahead and, you know, approach them, but I don't approach them like, you know, I'm trying to get their number. I approach them like, you know, hey, is everything good, this, that, and third, and then it just turns to a conversation where it's like, it goes like to like, oh, what's good with you, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. There's, for some reason, I'm getting phone numbers and shit. Out of the blue, out of nowhere. You know
and you know what's funny too?
It does help.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
And I was just saying that, like, because I was thinking, like, while we were saying what is about how basically the lack of responsibility has made it to where, just like you were saying, like they made everything easier. Where you just gotta push a button, you just gotta put this little thing in, and it's gonna happen. So that trickles down to shit like when you're talking to women, and when these guys they get these books and they say, oh well, you know, when they have these little formulas that you think that you can just read and then just say it, and then they think that that's gonna make things happen. And it's like, and the funny part is that, you know, just off of saying some shit or thinking or reading some script or trying to say some pickup line or whatever, that shit's not gonna work just based off the fact that a lot of the guys that do that, they're coming up from a place where they're starting off at the wrong place. Basically, it's kind of like, I remember this one dude. He asked me about like picking up girls, and he was like, oh, I guess the first thing I should do is get some new clothes. And I said, what is new clothes going to do for you if your mind is still already, you know, insecure? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. So it's like,
look, if you're not in touch with yourself, you can't make a connection to anyone else on this earth.
Exactly.
Period. You cannot. Because any connection you make, if you're not in touch with yourself, any connection you make will be fraudulent. Period. You understand what I'm saying? It won't be correct. It won't be correct. So what you actually want from that person, more than likely, you will not get. And if you do get it, you'll get it in a form that you wasn't really looking for in the first place. You see what I'm saying? Because you weren't in touch with who you are. Because that's the problem. A lot of niggas think when you say game or when you say macking or when you say any of those words that are synonyms to that, they really think it's like it's a lie or it's some type of game you playing or it's some type of manipulation that you're doing. It's really not that. It's really you being in touch with who you are and you saying what you need to say to get what you want. But the point is, you won't learn and experience all of that until you've had real experience with people.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
Because anybody could say the same 5 words, but because it's coming from you, it's going to sound different from the next nigga. You understand? You could say the same exact 5 words every fucking time, but because it's coming from a different dude, it's going to sound different to that same bitch. It's going to sound very different. You understand? Because if a tall dude comes up to a woman and says, hey, the sky is blue and I like what you're wearing today, right? It's going to sound different from when a short nigga comes up to her and says, hey, the sky is blue and I like what you're wearing today. It's just going to sound different, period. Because first of all, with the tall nigga, she's staring up. You understand? So she might, while she's staring at him, she might see the sky. So when he says the sky is blue, she's going to automatically, it's going to trigger in her head because she's looking up towards the sky already. So automatically, that's a different experience in itself because the tall dude is saying it to her. You understand? But when a short dude says it to her, she might have to look and listen to what the short dude is saying, and then after he's finished talking, then she'll have to look up at the sky. So the second half of his statement, she might not even hear it. Why? Because she's looking up at the sky now because you short. And while you were saying something about the sky, I went to check to see if the sky was actually blue. And I'm in the second half of your fucking statement. So, but just for those 2 differences already, it's 2 different experiences. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta, if you the short nigga, you gotta understand that you need to talk about shit that's already near the ground because you short. You understand? But you only gonna understand that after you talk to a couple of broads, right?
Exactly.
And then the tall nigga understands that he could talk about skyscrapers, he could talk about clouds, and he could talk about the sky. Why? Because he's tall. But he only realized that after he finished talking to a couple of bitches. You see what I'm saying? And that's the real truth. And that's what we trying to show niggas with MrLacario.com and AlexSexyNigga.com. We trying to show you that it only comes from experience. Basically, understand this. A Mac or a pimp or a player, all of them niggas, trust me, even though they front like it's easy, it only became easy because they done talked to 1,000 broads. And what we're trying to let niggas know, is that on some honesty shit, you only gonna become one of those things if you talk to 1,000 broads. Because that's the thing with the player. The player has reached that point, so he don't need to really talk about that right now because he done paid his dues. He done talked to 1,000 broads already. So right now he's in a space where it's like, look, since I done paid my dues, I'm not really on that shit right now. So when you come to ask me about talking to broads, I'm gonna tell you, hey, yeah, all I do is say this or say that and blah blah blah. But he got it. He didn't just formulate that. He formulated that after talking to mad fucking bitches. And just like you need to talk to mad bitches so you can formulate your shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's all it's about.
Yeah, and the thing is too is that a lot of guys is just that they don't know, so they think they're still caught up in the hype of what, you know, all these pickup artists, all these people try to market a lot of bullshit to say, oh yeah, just say these 3 things and she's gonna fall in your lap. So, but the thing is, like, and even with the whole concept of not knowing, like, I remember we were talking about this a while ago when you say, like, look, I don't know something. It's basically saying that you don't know yourself in that situation. You understand what I'm saying? So if a person says, like, I don't know where this store in China is, it's because, you know, I never went to China, so I don't know where that store is. So I don't know myself in the situation to be in China to know where that store is. So I don't know what you're talking about. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is with the guy, with him himself, he doesn't really know how it's gonna go when he's talking to these women. He's just hearing all this other bullshit that he thinks is supposed to happen when he says his pickup line. But the thing is that he doesn't know shit yet. The only way he's going to know, just like you said, is that he has to actually go out there and be in the situation of talking with women, and then that's when he starts to develop his style. And the thing is that, you know, there are things, and this is what I need guys to understand, is that, you know, there are certain things that can help you improve your confidence and certain things that can help you improve your approach and all this other stuff. But the thing is, no one can really teach you how to, you know, what exactly to say, especially when you're, like, in a conversation with a chick. You understand? It's kind of like a person can give you a foundation of certain things that can help you, but they still can't put those words in your mouth, and they still can't be in that situation with you and that girl in order for that conversation to happen, because the conversation is going to be original. All conversations are original. You understand what I'm saying? So I can't sit there and tell you what to say. You understand? I can give you certain things that can help you. It's kind of like if I was trying to teach you how to do book reports or some shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I could teach you about writing the outline, I could teach you about writing the thesis statement, the body of the thing, and then the fucking conclusion. I can teach you those basic things, but when it comes to actually writing your book report, you got to do the research, you got to hit them books, you got to come up with exactly what you want to write in the report. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, that's the part that comes with you doing your part. You understand what I'm saying? But you still have to, you know, the other stuff helps you along the way, but you can't expect to just learn a line or say this thing and then everything is just going to fall into place because of some, like, magical video game formula that you think is going to happen. It's just, it don't work that way.
All right, now before you click off this video, I need you to do 3 quick things. First, I need you to click the link below to send me your questions, because if you have any questions, I'll answer them in a video. 2, click the link under that to get my free ebook, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men. Gives you 10 tips on how to attract beautiful women. And number 3, I want you to click the link under that to go to badboymembership.com, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video tutorials every month. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.